So with the new Super Smash Bros. Right around the corner, note to self, look up what right around the corner means. I decided to do a list of all the characters I wanted in the new game. Originally I was going to do a list of elements I wanted, like stages and items, but then I realized that list pretty much all summed up to Nintendo, and anyone who's ever worked for them ever. So instead I'm limiting to my top 5 characters I'd like to see in the next Smash Bros. And another note, many of the characters I originally had to be edited out due to certain announcements made recently. Flipping Toon Link, I want to like you! So without further ado, the top 5 characters I want in the next Smash Bros. Number 5. Professor Layton or Phoenix Wright. This isn't super likely. Quite frankly, this pretty much only comes from pure personal preference. Phoenix Wright in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom pretty much made it the best traditional fighter I've played since, well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. My gosh, I just attempted to master him and sneeze attack my way to victory, laughing the entire way. It reminded me of how awesome having a comical non-fighter can be. I feel like either of them could be what Game & Watch or Wario was supposed to be. Fighters who made you laugh while using them. I know some people love them, but to me farting and not having emotions isn't really a joke. The problem here is that while Capcom is helping out, and the Ace Attorney titles have only ever been with Nintendo, Phoenix Wright was just in another fighting game. And even though Professor Layton is a Nintendo exclusive, they would have to be really creative to make him a capable fighter. Which, again, some creativity would be rad, but I don't know. Effort versus reward would be kinda low. I've seen Layton's name tossed around on the forums and comments, and the response has been overwhelmingly negative. Which is sad. I mean, have you guys seen him sword fight?
I didn't think you had it in you, Mr. Layton. Layton! Sophia belongs to me. You can't have her. Something strange is happening.
Number 4. The Avatar from Fire Emblem Awakening. So, I know a lot of you are saying,
Darling, we already have a bunch of Fire Emblem swordy characters.
can it, Professor?
See, the Avatar from Fire Emblem is effectively a blank slate, with the ability to specialize in anything. Now, how cool would it be if the Avatar character could use all these different weapons and techniques in battle? Think Furion from Dissidia. Don't know what I'm talking about? See? Now is that some boring sword user? And on a side note, I know the Avatar would probably replace Martha Ike, but for something as cool as I imagine, it'd be totally worth it. If you're worried about balance issues, make him have a slower movement speed but fast attacks. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good character type like that for some time now.
Number 3. Geno.
Geno. Freaking Geno. Need I say more? I mean, my gosh, the possibilities! His various cannon and beam moves are epic style. We haven't seen him since Mario RPG because he's been abandoned like a small child in the wake of a very messy Nintendo Square divorce. And other than a small cameo in a minigame, he hasn't been seen since. But come on, guys! We've been getting along so well. And it's not like this is canon or anything. Can't we let poor Geno out to play? Okay, I'll meet you halfway. Assist trophy. Huh? Yeah? Anyone? Please? And on that note, number 2. Any Square character from the SNES era. Or Sora.
Yeah, I know this is the sort of thing that starts flame wars and jazz, but just hear me out.
A long time ago, Square and Nintendo were a team. Long before the days of Cloud and later Final Hallway 13, there was the 16-bit era, full of imagination and story, interesting characters, and Mode 7! And now I'm not saying those games were perfect. In fact, percentage-wise, I actually like the PlayStation era better. But my gosh, the games that were good were just downright great. You also can't forget Chrono Trigger, the love child of a lot of talented people whose names I can't pronounce. For now, just go check out the Wikipedia page and look into why these are some very talented people involved in the making of this game. Anyway, even though a new sequel may be out of the question for now, bringing back a character from that would be great. Personally, I'd like Magus or Frog, because as cool as Chrono is, well, swords and magic, again. Why must swords be so cool? And finally, I give you Kingdom Hearts. Now I know getting the rights to this would be a nightmare, but hey, a man can dream, right? One of the cool things about Smash is its ability to unite so many lovable characters. And again, with the friendship they've had on the Portable series, it would be really cool to use a Keyblade to fight against Mario and company. And maybe it would finally make it up to all those poor saps that believed Mushroom Kingdom Hearts was going to be a thing. Suckers. Well, my favorite character from this series is Axel or Lei. I doubt anyone else but Sora will make it.
And while we're on the subject of Nintendo and Square Enix, Mario Sports People, anyone from Chrono Cross, World Ends With You, Crystal Chronicles series, My Life as a King, whatever the heck a Romancing Saga is, Secret of Mana, Captain Falcon, Mystic Quest, Breath of Fire, Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest, The Guy series, Star Ocean, the original Final Fantasy, Valkyrie Profile, Covenant of the Plume, and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Please. Now, before we go on to the final character, I would just like to say this. As much as I may lean towards a specific type of character, I can appreciate diversity in characters. For instance, while I may find someone like Wario annoying, pointless, and boring, I have more than one friend who legitimately would not see the games the same without him. On the other hand, Ike, one of my favorite characters, is almost untouched by them. I think he's a kick-butt hero with a larger-than-life sword, but they see him as a stereotypical Cloud ripoff. The fact is, without all these characters coming together, you'd lose the magic that is Smash Bros. Because where else can you use Kirby to duke it out with Samus? Or see Snake having a conversation with Slippy Toad? So for every sword-wielding, magic-using stereotype I throw out, I hope there's at least as many characters I shake my head at and groan about. Because without our Warios and our Game & Watches, well, it just wouldn't be Smash, would it? And the number one character I want to see in the new Super Smash Bros. Is Saki from Sin and Punishment.
I doubt many of you have played this N64 gem. It was originally a Japanese exclusive despite being fully voiced in English. But recently we got it on the Wii's Virtual Console. If you haven't yet, check it out. It's an amazing example of good balance between story and gameplay. It's truly a lost gem of Nintendo's. But who is Saki, you may ask? Well, you remember that kick-butt chick with the beam gunplate that was an assist trophy in Brawl? Yeah, that was a dude, and his name is Saki.
Well, what makes him so special?
You may ask. Well, for starters,
he has a freaking beam sword gunblade that can fire explosives and reflect projectiles. Not to mention he's half ruffian, a genetically engineered race that evolved for battle tactics. And he can transform into the equivalent of an organic Gundam. Still not convinced? After wiping out the entire army with help of his future wife, he transforms into ruffian form and takes on a freaking false Earth. It's like if the entire planet were a weapon, like the Death Star, except a planet that creates bullet storms and projectiles. And he wins! Now if that isn't Smash material, I don't know what is.
well, there you go! My top 5 list of characters I want in the new Smash Bros. Amended to allow for even slight possibility of getting in and removing clones. Poor X. Comment in the description who you wanted to see, and then I can talk about your choices. Sound cool? Okay. Bye!
Where the heck was I in that video?
Well, I left out returning brawlers to make room for the new guys.
Oh, come on now. How could you leave Solid Snake off your list? He's one of your favorites.
Well, even if Snake was on this list, you'd have a new voice now. Metal Gear Guy?
I'm fine.
Your voice. What's going on?
Kept you waiting, huh?